that's going to take a while, but
I'm live
here's what we got so far. So
trying
at the top
to
here we have the Halo 3 Collector's
see
Edition.
if
the Gears of War 3 Collector's Edition.
I put posters up and I
which is
put a
Marcus
little bit
right
of stuff
there.
that I had recently
The
that
Halo 4 Limited Edition.
had
the Halo 5
thought that something else was gonna
Xbox
be able to go
One
forth and like move to a
console,
place where
along with the
I don't have to
PS3
worry
remote
about
there,
like
apparently.
being able to go outside more and be able to like go to a
Marcus
park
right
or
there. Collector's Edition.
at the apartment building. I went to a park. I went to doctor's appointments. Majority of the time I was exercising at parks, like that park around the Roads of Fun. I remember being around the park at one point in
Right
time.
here we have our Xbox One games.
Like
We also have a lot of the Gears of War NECA toys.
I'd walked around 2019 going into 20.
Just the one locus there. That's
That PlayStation it beeps, but
Marcus Cole have to worry about.
when you insert a disc, it fried the monitor or whatever the fuck had the thing underneath the computer, and it got too warm and the heat sinks it I fried or something because it didn't turn on. The disc kept and I had to spend $50 that I probably just didn't have to take a disc out of it without being fixed. But I can show you that it
just below we have the Halo 4 Xbox 360. We have the Halo Reach Xbox 360 next to it.
The controller is still
Xbox 360. And the
it beeps, but
Xbox 360.
it won't turn on.
Well, that one we have the
I charged this with the cord I had originally had gotten back in 2012. I had got this PlayStation 3.
The Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Xbox One console, and the Gears of War 3 Xbox 360.
I know the posters I have up are stuff that I didn't even hang up any posters at the apartment because at the apartment was not the surest thing to be in an apartment building and hang up posters in a place where you're just renting is different from a place where you're trying to own or have an ability to own it, or not having somebody come up and say you can't hang posters on the wall, or the carpet back at the apartment was cleaner than this carpet, even though I don't really track anything. I make sure I take my shoes off, even though I have slippers I just bought, and going forth and that the stuff that I do, I know where I go like walking out as much now as I did before, but I'm more thinner than I was back at a place where I was for the 3 years I was at an apartment building. I know that they kept doing stuff to the people that were there at the apartment were kind of hesitant of being out there at night. That night they would come in the parking lot and yell and scream. And the place where I was at, it was on a building by itself, and going forth, it was the 11th building there at the Vivian Oaks apartment, and it was really shifty. I mean, it was really, I don't know, if nothing bad happened to that apartment building we were there, we'd be fine, but going forward, they would yell and scream at 4 in the morning, and like really think about like your surroundings when you go out places. You shouldn't have to worry about your surroundings if you're at a home, but there at this other place, it was sort of like a
controller down there, Halo 5 Spartan Lock controller, and the
like this hesitant to be able to walk out by yourself. Like if we go get groceries, we'd all go together. Back then, we would go together because I didn't see nothing wrong with being with my parents and going forth, and they're the ones that have the finances. I give my money to them. The majority of whatever I have, I gave to them every month for a mortgage payment. Going forth and knowing that that's the right thing to do instead of spending it on things that might get you in trouble. Like if you spend it on so much stuff, like I don't have like a PS5. I have the computer's nice, but the majority of the stuff that I use the money on it doesn't go forth like you think it is. Like majority of the stuff I had before I had gotten disability, I was half blind in one eye. That it was that it may have like focus. The appointments that I went to, they were pushing that I was heavily like fucked up with the eyesight going forth, and like being able to see sometimes is difficult, and going forth and being able to maneuver a car or do activities that have your vision being portrayed. I can play a video game, sure, but it's not like I'm like out on the road doing stuff. I'm not really like prepared for that going forth. And if I lose my sight in one eye, I would suck to have to go forth and have correction vision surgery that I had 2019 going into 20. I had a pair of glasses that I wear, but I don't wear them on YouTube, and that's the differentiation from other people. Like normally, if they have something they have to wear, they would wear it going forth. And it makes me look kind of different. I look kind of like, I don't look the same. I had them on in a video of shorts I had going forth and made videos of me wearing them, but then I would wear them like 24/7 because if I fall asleep with them, they might like mess up or bend the thing that holds them together like I did originally. Going forth, and
I technically only spent $85 purchases.
I don't know how I got 53,000, and it took me like 8 years to get 100,000 views. It took me 8 years to get 100,000 views on something. It took me nearly like just a month to get 50,000 views because I played Ghostbusters and
PlayStation 5 plates.
Ghostbusters, a video game I played there, got like 20% in it, and got majority of the ending to the ending, and it got hard.
Very nice color.
I played Cyberpunk, but I put the CD Projekt Red as the playlist because there's some people that may if I play any more CD Projekt Red stuff. Like I have The Witcher 2. I had a desktop originally, it was able to play. This is the beginning part, and going forth, and the PC couldn't handle the PC version of it. Couldn't the desktop I had originally, the other one I had since 2010, wouldn't let it run the game as again it could run certain parts of the game going forth and loading. I load saves I had it going forth and knowing that I just played around with it and customized some of the stuff that was on there was the ability to go forth and like look at some of the video game characters and custom make some of the things like you see in the Sims games.
Subscribe to the channel for more content like this.
Like I had a photograph of Kadaj off Final Fantasy Average Children as Garrett off The Richer, and going forth and knowing that it was like sloppy doing and going forth and editing a character in a game on a desktop that wasn't as
you always have that phone in your hand.
as
a get a call. Are you still dating your computer? I know you like to keep your options open, but apps won't keep you warm at night, honey. So you got a tattoo? Interesting.
PlayStation 3 doesn't work. PlayStation 4 works, and the Xbox 360 I had bought another one from the one I originally had got fixed. It kept giving me the 3 rings of death. Once I played DVDs, any of that stuff that you originally had played on console, like it was better than PC, because PC you can't keep a save file and transfer it over to another completely different system. And I had the Windows program since 2017. I think I had an email account that had all this stuff, so I never lose the computer. But I only had the Witcher game, I think, downloaded on there. Initially had that game played through a little bit of it going forth, and not really knowing if I could keep the data or the thing where it keeps the computer information the same from not being able to change any of the stuff, or the email address being under my name going forth and having it on my phone device. Like I could show you.
I'm genuinely speechless. This is unreal. I've got a sensory overload. I don't know where to look.
Like going forth and showing that the Windows computer, even though I have iTunes and iOS device that you allow you to set up something that you had the iTunes set on Windows devices, that you still store some of the stuff that I originally had on there from the apartment I had the apartment building I had set up all that by myself in a room where it would be sort of weird now to be able to go back in time. I would have bought a console instead of that, but knowing that you need the computer to multitask and you can go forth and get a job that way. You can go forth and do more stuff with the computer than you can a console, only can do so much, and PS5 isn't worth. And you buy a PS5, and then if it ever gets taken from you, like you go forth and like they can't really change information because the phone has the ability to change the information. They can't go forth and do that once you set up a birthday and establish that you had a debit card attached to it and going forth and spent money that I probably could have spent on or saved up, or I could have saved it and going forth and had the money just in case something does occur. But going forth and having some money now that I initially didn't have the stuff like I originally thought. It was like before at the apartment was different because you had somebody else had their income. Like besides the fact that they passed away and their income, pension is more than like a normal person's salary. A pension's like maybe $5,000 to $10,000 depending on what pension they get. They get like $3,000 pension. They can go forth. And I know my grandpa had an $18,000 pension as a union rep or whatever the fuck, Union Pacific or the union company that goes forth and having him be like the officially like big wig from people that do the staffing and shit going forth and having this guy work out there in the scrap heap and molding shit and going forth and having like multiple jobs. Let him to be able to retire earlier on and having like a 401k and all, probably going forth, and he probably never missed a day of work. And yeah, like my grandma had worked 50 years. They all worked like 50-some years to be able to get a pension. You have to work like a extraordinary amount of years to be able to build that 401k and all that stuff in the retirement fund. They give you money when you retire. I think they give you $100,000 when you retire from a job, or you have some kind of severance package where they give you money to retire. Going forth for people that retire, you can go forth and have more of a better life because you sit down and watch television, and you can do stuff with family members and stuff that normally you would have to wake up at like 7 o'clock in the morning to be able to go to a job. I know Mark Zuckerberg like gives you money if you get like 2,000 subscribers or friends, and you put your account on professional mode. And going forth and Meta is different. YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers to be able to at least get paid or get sort of like a. I know that I watch this stuff in the background. I don't know if they see that they go forth and sort of like tag your video saying that they want your video playing in the background, but I don't want to have it quiet in here. I don't want to have music on. Music is worse than music. It's like if you play music on in the background, the people that have the music rights will come and tag your video and say that it's been copyrighted. I know the only thing that I liked about my old account was that I never had a copyright claim. I think I may have gotten a copyright claim on a video game that had music playing in the background, or there was music going from it or something, or I didn't mute it out.
So you probably just use
I only for playing something
as a hobby.
Yeah.
But it's your collection.
You just be shopping.
Right, okay. So he gets to live the hobby without all the cost. And housing of it. Finding the room. I mean, you've got a lot of 360, mate. I know you say you went back a full collection, but yeah.
And like playing a video game is different from watching a movie. Watching a movie, you can a lot of review on it easier on a movie than if we play a game towards the ending or get to it, and majority of the stuff and going forth and writing a review on it.
Yeah.
Once like you get closer to a movie, it's like an hour-long movie. You go forth and watch a movie for an hour long, and the majority of the only thing I can think of is documentaries that last like 8 hours on YouTube are different from movies and video games that last a couple hours, like 2 hours at the longest. To sit there and watch some that you watch the Avengers are like 2 hours long, going forth and after they put that stuff on Disney platform, I stopped watching it because I already had Netflix and we got Hulu and go forth and don't want like too many of those services because you could sit there and record it and then going forth and like say pirate but going forth and you can sit there and record it on a DVR. I think you have a DVR hooked up to the television saying like it's a DVR and not the VCR, but like you have a VCR, if you have some kind of old device you can hook up to it and then record the movie, or I used to record video game footage with the PlayStation going forth and knowing that the PlayStation had the capture cards and going forth, and that was like the best bet. I wouldn't spend money on something that would go forth and be able to like have footage, like bringing down the majority of the stuff was footage played and me talking or anything. I would go out places and didn't know if you filmed like out in place. Like if you go to a park and there's a bunch of people in the park, but luckily there was nobody in the park when we went. It was different. It was COVID.
Yeah, so Dreamcast is. I never had a Dreamcast myself, but my brother did. So
my teeth are rather bad. No, this looks like a 3DS. My Nintendo 3DS, like it's like 10 megapixel. The camera using high detail. This isn't that detailed for a $2,000 computer. That was $800 discounted at Best Buy. In the original account, I had the receipt and sending under a drawer going forth and putting that all on my phone device. Like having the information to get on the phone device and going forth and like emailing companies saying that you can get hired to be able to do like something with all the things you're able to like stream for like maybe 3 hours. Honestly, every stream I think was like 3 hours or hours long. Going forth and knowing that this is being able to go someplace else or move someplace else so I can go outside and not have to worry about somebody heckling me. Like if we never moved, like we say we moved to an apartment for this 3 years, and it wasn't as like glorious as because the apartment wasn't. It wasn't an apartment that was the pounds of people there at the apartment. They would come at random to the people that were living there. You know, 4 people at random would come at 4 in the morning and scream real loud, going forth, not knowing what the fuck was they were doing at the parking lot, telling you that they couldn't solicit, like we solicited you at the apartment. It was okay for them to yell, but if you go down there and try to do something, I don't know what would have happened. I never tried, and then luckily that I was there during the times I did have to go out. I was with somebody. I was always with somebody. There for the 3 years that I was there at the apartment. I was with someone.
Right, okay.
That's it. I wasn't alone. Like, the dad that was able to fucking have him, he had a job. He had a job, but his job let him have the entire time of COVID was he had a paycheck given to him, even though COVID was like closed down the place where he had the ability to collect a paycheck still, even though COVID was the thing going forth. And I was there with him for the 3 years. And you're growing a bond and be able to have a closer and move forward because we spend time with each other and going forth and actually talk to each other, then moving forward and being able to be in the same room and communicate more and be able to like have I've gone to different places during the day, like the mall was open, but with Evan, I went to the mall and going forth and having that red shirt that I remember wearing. I never that red shirt. And going forth in the shirt made me look thinner than what I was. Like, I was a little bit more like heftier back then than go forth and lost weight because I was walking exercise. And I don't know, dude, playing a video in the background causes.
That's a nice top, mate.
Yeah, I was the first person.
I don't know if they tamper with these pops. They go forth and they might spit in the pop. Like Super Troopers. The Super Troopers had the big guy, that Fargo guy played the guy off the Broken Lizard group. That he was a Super Trooper. He had said they did that in real life going forth. I don't know if they do that. They don't like people that go forth and go there. And I'm not joking around or anything about fast food going forth. You know what they do to the food site. They spend like good $11 on it plus taxes, like $12 probably per cheeseburger or whatever the hell, or chicken sandwich. I'm going forth and I don't know if they tamper with it. My teeth got really bad off that going forth, and I have dental, but I don't know what one to go to because they probably look at me weird and say, how come I didn't keep good hygiene? But I don't smell. My breath doesn't smell. I just don't feel good. I just feel out of it. I know I have a bunch of like built up of stuff in between the gums and the teeth. And one of the teeth chipped. That's why I talk funny and I don't have my mouth all the way open. Like it felt like the sensation going, like I don't do that when they stick a tip, like one of those tooth chip things. I initially went to the Roland Park, St. Luke's, and a guy was real rough with me there doing it. And they didn't have dental. Or they didn't tell me they have dental, but they didn't tell me they had that there. They went forth and they didn't want me to know that because I would go bug them about my teeth being fixed and going forth and having insurance. They go forth for insurance I have. I don't know what it covers and what it doesn't cover, but you know you have to go to different places for all the stuff I go to. I get like shits around to go to Comfort Dental to go to Prairie Village. It costs like $4,000 to $10,000 to buy out of pocket to have it done, but I don't think they'll even accept money at this point if it's all like gross and shit. Going forth and knowing that, like having somebody stick their hand in your mouth. I never had that. Nobody like stick their fingers or hand in your mouth or anything really like fucked up to know that you have to go to the doctors for appointments, and they probably look at me where if I have a COVID mask, if I wear a COVID mask up to then it'd probably be okay. Just know that my breath don't smell. I'm going forth and I eat a lot of like junk food. I exercise more and I play a video game nowadays. Back at the apartment, I would play a video game more because I had more time, because back then COVID happened and they barely had to go to an appointment at Tri-County. When Tri-County took me to I had to go to the doctors at Tri-County. It closed down their building, but they had people that come and check on you. And going forth, and they probably freaking out about that apartment building that we're at. We're full of people that were rowdy and going forth and they were real loud. And that, I know they weren't going to do anything to us, but to other people, they would yell and scream. And
awesome game. That and I think if they make more games like. Oh really?
Playing Donkey Kong music. You can play music over video. You can do that, but I don't want to get copyright. Like if I do that now, like before the other channel never got struck to any of those people that watch my videos, who never really commented on there. Like there's, I know about the way that the food looked and going forth and spending money on food going forth, but just spend whatever we have on eating, and that's why my health got bad, because I apparently ate bad food that I tampered with going forth and getting my new prepares the food, and they can throw it on the ground or throw it up on the ceiling and it pops back on the bread. God knows what they can do with that shit going forward and doing weird shit to food. I go to the grocery store and they can probably do the same thing to the produce, where they go to the bathroom and then they stack the produce up or rub their ass on the produce and then put it on the shelf. They're going forth and not knowing
that's crazy.
What the food items, what they did to the food items.
Perfect for a cup of tea.
I eat the food by going forward. I don't know anybody that deals with food. They have to deal with it going to the bathroom. Just human like everybody else going forth and spending time. There, even though it's made, like Subway would be the only one that I would trust because Subway was made right in front of me, but it costs like $30 for a sub now with all the fixings, and you put like bacon or those corn bits or those different things they have nowadays, and they have extra toppings that they have different things that are like more than over the price of $5. You used to have that $5 footlong song they used to play back in the day that commercials don't have the same like staying power of the other stuff they used to play. Those commercials they used to show back in the day were more pertinent now to be able to fucking have things that are more affordable. Nowadays, the Subway sandwiches are like $20 and $30 depending on what you get. But like the meal costs more than that. And going forth and buying something without coupon, you don't have coupons now. They don't send you like coupons in the mail like they used to. You're going for we have an app of points, you can get like different things, but you're not gonna get every other day. Like you have to get every month for so often you can get stuff like that. Going for every day, it's full crazy. I know Facebook's supposed to give you money if you have certain like threshold of people. Like you have over 2,000 people on your Facebook page, that supposedly will give you 30,000 each month, but I put my information in there. I don't know if they ain't taking anything out, but it's going to sort of like cause and effect of what's in writing going forth and like originally putting down my banking info. But they didn't take anything out from like Facebook. You didn't see Facebook taking whatever money I get and taking it out. And like now telling you going forth, you put your banking information down.
So from here
on something you have to watch it because you can take out. They can just take the money you could do without telling you what the fuck's in your account or going forth. Like I have only my mom and me on the account that have this going forth and not spending it on anything that would say that going forth and just spending it on mortgage payment. $800 is taken out and it gets spent on groceries and rent. $700 gets spent on groceries and the remainder is like rent. It's not even worth dispute now because you just know that I'm not the one seeing any of the money, but yet I'm not like asking where it goes because I'm not like an asshole to go forth and be like crazy saying, oh, this is the money I'm supposed to spend on the groceries and going forth and buying your own shit going forth. But I still have the PlayStation like network that I buy off that. Just going forth and spending like $18 on the PlayStation network card to play more and to go forth and play an online game that you can't normally play otherwise because I don't know why Sony has it to where and back then the PlayStation 3 didn't have the online capabilities like they did now that they have free online services. Back then in 2000, I think like 7 to 2010 and 2013 they used to charge like $20 per month for online capabilities. I don't know, Xbox is like $10 for just running a game. As PC doesn't have a trade, this trade going forth and knowing that this trade isn't going to be like, if you buy this trade, I don't know if it's compatible with video games. It could not just be one thing that isn't compatible if you buy something that.
So there the head it is.
Case.
I assume you've got full setting.
No. So it may not look it, but again, they are games that I would want to play.
Yeah.
In most of the cases.
And there's all games behind on Zumba again, not favourite. Yeah. Right, okay, so
they go to appointments, they go over those appointments, and it's the only thing that I had to do is go forth and go to an appointment. That's all I have to do. That's the only downfall. Anything you have to tie to your name with money involved, you have to go to therapy appointments or have the pills refilled.
Very iconic kiosk as well. I think that's the same in America.
Now, pills I think made me thin because back then I would have to keep walking around
really nice.
I wasn't as thin as I am now. Like going forth would really be
Very ridiculous.
paper thin. Like before, it was like I would walk for a long time
Well, you did that yourself. Cover that bit of
at a park with my cousin.
We'll edit that out.
We would walk to the parking lot, to the park,
Perfect height.
to the mall, to where we ate at,
Was designed around that
to all the way back to forth of the car, and then go back into the apartment where we were at one point in time for the rest of the years. But I hadn't seen my cousin since we moved back to a house.
Brilliant.
I hadn't seen the likes of him now because he has a wife. I don't know if he has kids. Could have kids now.
Yeah, very nice.
I don't know.
Right, so
This
my
is weird.
favourite
Back then, I talked with him. He had to spend the majority of his time with my ass,
this
and
centre console.
I didn't smell like anything. Like it'd be different if I reeked or my breath smelled or any of that shit. But going forth, he would have said if I had reeked, he would have been hanging out on my
Like a
ass.
footballer's kitchen.
But that smelled real bad.
White worktop, LED running across it.
I'm not a footballer.
I don't think. I think his wife.
This is the.
He didn't want him hanging around with anybody.
Like,
Well, I don't see him there. Just go forth. He lives in Wichita, somewhere far out. I looked up an arcade that was in Wichita that takes 3 hours to get to Wichita, but I would never go to Wichita because I don't know what time. I just know there's an arcade in Wichita that was on my YouTube channel. Initially in 2015, I found this YouTube channel that puts up arcade machines and going forth and having the video games out like in a restaurant, like makeshift, like dining thing that they have in Wichita, Kansas. They have like an arcade establishment, like a Chuck E. Cheese, for people that want to go play video games, like for everybody.
That's not this in SNES or SNES collectors. They just that's my full collection of
Yeah, that's the way you think you've got it all. Yeah. Okay, so
I got-
let's start here on this unit. That's something I don't know much about. I can see this as a great collection. Sega Saturn.
These don't last but only 5 minutes. They go forth from Amazon. My cousin Evan worked for Amazon, and back then they gave him earbuds that only last for they last a good 3 hours back then, but they only last 5 minutes now because I didn't ever kept him charged. He worked for Amazon back when I knew him. I don't know if he works. He's like a school teacher, like a substitute school teacher now. Yeah, nearby place in Wichita somewhere. He's not like what he was when I knew him.
the whole and it's huge.
What about heavy hitters? Where's the
But this one,
yeah, Shining Force 3?